Ugh. And good evening, everyone from Northern England. Hope you're doing well today. Happy Christmas, Happy New Year's. Um, all getting started. I'm not sure if I'll be doing a live next week. Probably just doing family stuff. These don't take very long, but there's some prep work involved, that sort of thing. So, welcome to everyone who's joining tonight. And we're going to talk about how the first quarter of next year could be your ticket out of the holiday shift chaos forever, right? So, quick question. So, drop something in the comments if you work, if you're working this holiday season, or if you're actually able to stay home with your friends and family. Um, I remember all those years ago, Christmas Eve, getting up at 5 a.m. because I got to be there by 7 and I got to drive and all the rest of it, dragging myself to that 12-hour shift. While everybody else from the family is staying home, decorating the tree, wrapping presents, all the rest of that stuff. And I had exhaustion. I had guilt for not being there. And it has that negative effect on you. It's nearly, I mean, it piles up and it nearly broke me after the first couple of years. But that was before I discovered what I'm sharing tonight. So here's what you need to know. AI focused startups just captured 62% of all digital health funding in 2025. We're talking billions flowing into companies that need your clinical expertise right now. That's kind of a big deal. So, by I'll paint you a picture. By next year, by 2026, we're facing a shortage of 350,000 nurses. That's not just a number, that's hospitals desperate for solutions. And just this month, Hippocratic AI raised 126 million at a valuation of 3.5 billion for their company. They've partnered with 50 plus healthcare systems. And you know what they need? They need nurses who understand patient care and how to train their AI, right? So, one of my clients, Yvonne, she was missing every Christmas, just like the rest of us, with her kid. And now she's consulting from home, making 50,000 on her first contract, doubling her bedside salary, and actually gets to stay home and make all the cookies and normal like Christmas fare with her little one this December. So here's what you need to know. Your superpower is actually there. That it's that instinct that makes you double check medications, that gut feeling when something's not right with a patient. Yeah, that. AI companies will pay you for that. $100 an hour up to $250 an hour because they can't fake that. They need you. December 2025. So, the last 2 weeks. While you've been working holiday shifts, AI focused deals now make up 75% of all health tech funding, according to JP Morgan. And so we're not talking about millions here, we're talking about billions. And I just searched before tonight's live, I just searched Epic's job board. They're hiring remote clinical informatics roles starting at $47 to $68 an hour for entry level. Senior roles, it's $100 to $144 an hour. And guess what? All the work slows down during the holidays. People don't tend to work as much. They don't tend to work the longer hours, whatever. $47 an hour, just easy math, multiply by 2,000, that's 94,000 a year. That's the lowest of the numbers I just said. And remember when I left bedside nursing? That was $95 an hour for me to go into consulting. Now it's an average of about $200 an hour. And that's not a brag. That's just what happens when you position yourself and your clinical credibility correctly. It's nothing special about me. All of us can do this. The first quarter of 2026, yeah. Well, we've got baby boomer healthcare workers retiring en masse. Now, between 2000 and 2020, it doubled the rate of departure, and it's accelerating now. Every retirement that comes along from those boomers leaving creates a knowledge gap that realizes the value of your expertise. Plain and simple. They're leaving, you're taking their spot. So right now, let's see, sort of lost my spot. Right now, the world needs you in digital health. And if you're like me, you probably had some of the same kinds of like concerns. You know, you've worked hard to become a nurse, you've worked hard to become a doctor. And what happens in digital health? Does that stop? Do you lose it? Does it go away? No, and neither did mine, even though that was my normal fear. My ability to spot patient deterioration, it now goes into those AI systems, into those digital health systems. You don't lose your skill, you multiply your skill so that it catches those same things by the thousands instead of just one at a time. When I worked at Intel, so I took a job as a regular programmer because I wasn't going to do any of this kind of work anymore, and I wasn't going to work at the bedside and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, when I was there, they laid off thousands and thousands of people, 20,000 to be specific. And I realized that employment is just expensive freelancing with worse pay, because they'll get rid of you at the drop of a hat. But at least as a consultant, I could control my own destiny and make a ton more money in the meantime, right? So, you know that verse about mounting up with wings like eagles? That's what this transition feels like. You stop being exhausted, you stop running on empty, and you start soaring. How do you do it? You take some just natural, easy steps here. First, you set a foundation. Start with some AI and healthcare courses on Coursera or HIMSS, or with me, a dedicated coach. Follow Digital Health Jobs or Healthcare AI on LinkedIn. Spend like half an hour each day while you're on your break. Go take a look around, learn these things. They're not that complicated. They're not as complicated as what you've already learned. Then in the hospital or the place where you already work, volunteer for any tech project that's going on. Document everything that you're doing, right? Yvonne started with a simple pilot project, really easy stuff. And, you know, she wasn't really sure that she added much value to it. Turns out she did, because that reference landed her project that pays, you know, $50,000 a year now. That's 50,000 pounds for my listeners in the US. And here's the magic. Once you have one digital health project, others follow. My first project led to 15 years of consistent 200,000 plus a year. It's just that straightforward. The work is also fulfilling. So next year, so starting in January, starting in 2 weeks, health tech companies have new budgets. For example, Artera.io just secured $65 million in December, and they're hiring for Q1. And mark my words, just like EHRs, EPRs became mandatory, AI in healthcare will be required by 2027 to 2029. So get in now while they have that desperate need for clinical expertise. If you just follow the herd, you'll get paid what the herd does. And you have what the tech bros at all of these AI companies don't have. You've held a patient's hand while they were in pain, while they were perhaps even dying. And you've caught med errors that could have killed people. That's worth 100,000 a year easy to companies that are building healthcare AI. So here's the choice for you. You can work another holiday season next year in 2026, missing all of the family events, family burnout, all the rest of that stuff. Or you can make a switch in the first quarter of 2026, make that your transition quarter. It's time to move. And so you can just DM me Freedom if you want a coach to guide you through all of this stuff. I'll even send you a healthcare transition guide. It's the exact roadmap I use to escape shift work. It's not rocket science. It's not something I learned in a book. It's something I learned by doing it. My family doesn't remember any of the gifts I bought between shifts, but they do remember that first Christmas season, that first December that I was finally home. So your family's going to be the same, I'm sure. First quarter of 2026 is only 16 days away, and the AI healthcare revolution is going to happen with or without you. Choose to lead it because we need you. Thanks everyone for joining tonight, and I'll see you in the new year. Go on and create your exit strategy. If you're not sure how, just get in touch. Happy to help.